Rice is a staple food for Malaysia. According to national statistical records, rice consumption per capita for Malaysians is about 74 kilograms per person per year of rice in 2019. Malaysia is still a net importer of rice, with the rice self-sufficiency level (SSL) at about 63%. 1.5 million metric tons of rice was produced locally, and the rest imported primarily from other countries like Thailand, Vietnam, India, and Pakistan. In 2019, the total of paddy cultivation in Malaysia is 672,084 hectares of planted area. Approximately about 79% of Malaysian domestic supply of rice is sourced from granary areas, with a planted area of about 422,066 hectares in 2019, where these areas have systematic irrigation schemes. Until now, Malaysia relies primarily on 12 granary areas that are designated as rice production areas. These granary areas produce 1.21 million metric tons of the total rice produced in the country. Out of this, non-granary areas, which is from outside of the irrigation schemes or small irrigation schemes, are also planted with 250,018 hectares of paddy. The Malaysian national average of paddy yield in 2019 is around 3.5 tons per hectare. The average yield in granary areas is about 4.42 tons per hectare, while non-granary areas is about 2.48 tons per hectare. However, there are also granary areas that are high yield with more than 5 tons per hectare, such as IADA Ketara 5.16 tons per hectare and IADA Pulau Pinang 5.01 tons per hectare. Based on records in the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Industry Malaysia, the paddy and rice industry in Malaysia is a large industry involving of about more than 300,000 farmers. The Soil Profiling Program is an activity carried out to identify the soil fertility status of the country's rice granaries as a source of basic information in the management of soil fertility and nutrients for rice crops. Most of the paddy land in Malaysia is composed of marine, riverine and organic soils with different parent material content, physical and chemical characteristics which affect soil fertility level. Assessment of soil properties from the aspects of soil formation, physical and chemical is very important in soil and nutrient management to ensure the productivity of the country's rice yield and the self-sufficiency level (SSL) can be improved. The activity of soil surveying, sampling and bulk density identification is implemented after the paddy harvest and before the land preparation activity, including ploughing, liming or organic matter application. Interpretation of soil analysis data is for determination of soil fertility status, remediation recommendations, and site-specific fertilization recommendations. The results of the soil surveying and assessment are mapped to produce a terrain soil map and soil fertility status map. The terrain land map shows information on the distribution and type of soil for the crop soil recommendation guide. The condition of the paddy land plays a very important role in paddy cultivation activities. A good paddy field is flat and has a good layer of hard soil or hard pan, as well as a perfect irrigation and drainage system. Laser land leveler activity and forming a flat land surface is very important. This is because a flat field surface system can support a perfect irrigation system, which is the best condition for the growth of rice plants. Process where a uniform water depth in a flat field lot will be able to help the distribution of water in the field more efficiently and uniformly. The levelling of paddy land needs to be done almost every planting season because intensive paddy cultivation activities are done throughout the season, and the use of heavy machinery during harvesting results in changes in the soil surface. By implementing this levelling of fields, the increase in harvest can reach up to more than 25%, and also the usage of water, fertilizer and pesticides can be reduced. Culture was appointed as the certifying agency by the Ministry of Agriculture to certify the genetic purity and variety identification, as well as to certify the quality of paddy seeds produced by appointed seed producers under the Paddy Seed Certification Scheme. Malaysia, through the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Industry (MAFI), has set a national needs target of 72,000 metric tons per year of certified paddy seed production, which is equivalent to 512,610 hectares of planting area throughout Peninsular Malaysia. It is estimated that with the total area mentioned, we'll be able to contribute to 2 million metric tons per year of paddy productions and to meet 63% of the self-sufficient level. Are based on the Paddy Seed Certification Scheme procedures developed by the Department of Agriculture Malaysia, involving activities such as inspection of paddy seed farm and processing plant and seed testing. A certificate of certified paddy seed will be issued when it has complied with the standards as stipulated in the Malaysia Department of Agriculture Standard 2009 Specification for Production of Paddy Seed Oryza sativa. Farmers often use leaf colours during the cropping season as a visual indicator of the rice crop's nitrogen status and to determine the need for fertilizer and application. The Leaf Colour Chart (LCC) is an easy-to-use and inexpensive diagnostic tool to monitor plant N status during the season and as a decision aid to plan fertilizer and top dressing. A predetermined amount of fertilizer N is applied when the color of rice leaves fall below a critical LCC threshold that indicates N deficiency in the crop. This helps farmers to adjust fertilizer N application to season-specific climatic conditions that affect crop growth, termed real-time N management. Good real-time N management reduces N fertilizer needs, increases N use efficiency, and reduces the rice crop's susceptibility to pests and diseases. Avoid excessive N fertilizer use to prevent the development of a large green foliage that attracts pests and diseases. Efficient N fertilizer use and balanced nutrition minimizes the risk of lodging, pests and diseases.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat petang. Terlebih dahulu saya ingin merakamkan penghargaan kepada semua peserta daripada negara-negara ASEAN kerana dapat hadir ke webinar On Leaf Colour Chart LCC application secara dalam talian. Sebentar tadi, tuan-tuan dan perempuan telah dibawa melawat sawah padi di Malaysia melalui virtual tour industri padi di Malaysia. Hadirin sekalian, padi dan beras adalah merupakan subsektor penting di Malaysia bagi menghasilkan makanan ruji rakyat Malaysia. Secara purata, penggunaan per kapita beras bagi rakyat Malaysia pada tahun 2019 adalah 74 kg seorang setahun. Pelbagai makanan juga telah diolah daripada beras yang menjadikan Malaysia begitu istimewa dengan pelbagai keunikan makanan. Oleh itu, jemput datang ke Malaysia. Untuk makluman semua peserta, tahap sadar diri SSL padi di Malaysia telah mengalami peningkatan daripada 60.3 kepada 63% dari tahun 2010 sehingga tahun 2019. Kerajaan menyasarkan peningkatan SSL ini kepada 75% pada tahun 2025. Bagi menampung keperluan dan memenuhi cita rasa rakyat Malaysia, beras juga diimport dari negara jiran seperti Vietnam, Thailand, India dan Pakistan. Untuk menambah baik pencapaian subsektor ini, isu utama seperti pendapatan pesawah padi yang rendah, kos pengeluaran yang tinggi, kekurangan mekanisasi dan automasi, persekitaran perniagaan yang tidak kondusif dan kehilangan pasca tuai perlu dikurangkan. Kerajaan Malaysia berhasrat untuk meningkatkan jumlah pengeluaran, menambah baik tahap sara diri, mempertingkatkan kecekapan penggunaan sumber asli dan menambah baik taraf kehidupan dan tahap pendapatan pesawah padi untuk 10 tahun yang akan datang. Peranan ini akan dimainkan oleh Jabatan Pertanian Malaysia bersama jabatan dan agensi di bawah Kementerian Pertanian dan Industri Makanan (MAFI). Antaranya, dengan membimbing pesawah untuk melaksanakan amalan pertanian baik dengan pematuhan kepada rice check. Ianya adalah meliputi penentuan kesesuaian tanah, keadaan petak sawah, penyediaan tanah, penanaman, pengurusan pembajaan, pengurusan air, pengurusan perosak bersepadu, pengurusan penuaian, pengendalian lepas tuai dan pengurusan alam sekitar. Penggunaan teknologi pertanian pintar juga sedang digiatkan seiring dengan perkembangan IR 4.0 bagi meningkatkan pengeluaran dan kualiti padi, menangani isu perosak dan penyakit serta meningkatkan kecekapan pengurusan tanaman padi. Usaha-usaha ini juga dipercepatkan melalui penglibatan pihak swasta dan universiti. Bagi memastikan hasil yang berkualiti dan selamat dimakan, Jabatan Pertanian Malaysia menggalakkan pesawah untuk mempersijilkan ladang dengan MyGap dan memasarkan hasil sebagai produk padi MyGap. Jabatan Pertanian juga menggalakkan pesawah mempersijilkan dengan pensijilan ladang organik dan memasarkan hasil padi sebagai produk organik. Bagi mengurangkan amalan penggunaan racun makhluk perosak, Jabatan Pertanian menekankan pengamalan Integrated Pest Management (IPM) di kalangan pesawah. Selain itu, Jabatan Pertanian juga merupakan agensi yang bertanggungjawab bagi menjalankan pengesahan benih padi sah yang dikeluarkan oleh pengeluar benih yang dilantik. Ini adalah bagi memastikan petani menggunakan benih yang berkualiti. Bagi menggalakkan, melatih dan menarik minat golongan muda di dalam industri padi, Jabatan Pertanian juga melaksanakan program Farmers Field School yang bertujuan untuk meningkatkan pengamalan teknologi penanaman padi di kalangan pengusaha-pengusaha muda. Saya amat berharap agar semua peserta daripada negara ASEAN yang menyertai webinar on leaf colour chart ini dapat memanfaatkan dari virtual tour pada hari ini. Sekian, terima kasih daripada Malaysia. Terima kasih.